Liverpool fans, close your eyes and cover your ears. James Milner has dropped a bombshell on Jurgen Klopp by saying he hates playing at left back and wants to move back into midfield. Wait, that's good news. Milner's a dead left back. That's slang for his crap. No, just joking. To be fair to the boring one, he's done a commendable job. He's provided a stopgap in what was a problem position for years, outperforming Alberto Moreno in a position that's more natural to him, adding more fuel to fire that Milner just might be the most versatile player on the planet. His work rate ensures that he attacks and defends in equal measure. Being right-footed allows him to cut inside, and that means that he can play in between the lines rather than being stuck on the outside. Finally, finding a place for Milner in the first 11 means Liverpool can exploit his expertise in set pieces, crucial considering their lack of options in this department. That said, too many times he's been exposed. He's the third most dribble defender in the Premier League, and that's largely due to his lack of pace and proclivity to dive into tackles. He cannot dribble, which by itself isn't overly concerning, but Milner is consistently checking onto his right foot, and that kills momentum when going forward, and at worst it leaves Liverpool open to the counter-attack when he misplaces the pass. So quite clearly he's not a left back, and assuming Liverpool finally get a half-competent left back, Milner will never play there again. So just where does he fit? In the interview he did with Jamie Redknapp, he mentioned that he got a lot of assists playing in midfield last season, and that's true. He had 14 assists and 7 goals in all competitions, largely playing on the wing. Now those are good, solid numbers. Compared with much more attack-minded players like Alexis Sanchez or Eden Hazard, they stand up. So obviously, the plan is to move Milner back into his rightful place on the right wing and switch Milner to the left wing. I hate stats like this. They don't reveal that when Milner played on the right wing, his lack of ability was exposed on the ball. He cannot dribble as mentioned earlier, his first touch was so bad his second was a tackle, and his passing game is uncreative. I can hear you all now. So just how did Milner directly contribute to 21 goals? It's simple really, it's the law of averages. When Milner plays on the wing, he's well aware of his limitations, often crossing the second the opposition shadow touches his boots, and whilst in theory that sounds perfect, it's not. Think of it as one player's success coming at the expense of the team's. For every Milner cross that found its target, another 10 have been blocked for a throw-in, overhit, flown into the keeper's hands, cleared by a defender, or ricocheted off Milner himself for an opposition throw-in. Equally limited players like Ashley Young and Stuart Downing produced similar numbers to Milner, and just like Milner, they also finished in mid-table, or in Young's case, miles away from a Champions League spot. You know what, if you're not getting it, let me put it to you in this analogy. Do you guys remember Johnny Bravo from Cartoon Network? Is Johnny Bravo a pimp for finally getting a girl when he borderline harassed 1,000 to get that one? Milner as a regular winger is not good enough for a Champions League chasing side. So if the wing won't work, what about central midfield? That for me is another no-go. Liverpool have way too many midfielders whose main trait is to run around energetically and offer very little in terms of dictating the game or reading the game defensively. And I know someone will point to Milner's best ever season as a footballer was when he was stat padding as a central midfielder for Aston Villa. But as I alluded to earlier, the skill set showed in a mid-table side is completely different to what is required from another big side, when space is closed off or you are defending a large amount of space by yourself. If Milner was to be another addition to a group of workaholics, I'd be thoroughly disappointed. That leaves only one spot to be filled, and that's right back. Hear me out. Nathaniel Klein adds nothing going forward. The way he crosses, you'd think hitting the man was a skill in itself, and he seemingly cannot run with the ball in a straight line, yet alone break into a meaningful dribble. He's more of an athlete than a footballer. The only positive trait he has going for him is that he's strong in the tackle. But even that is negated by the fact he often lets his opponent get goal side through stopping marking. Klein is average, bang average, and I doubt any of you would argue with me if I said that Milner's having a better season. For me, Trent Arnold is the future, but he's too raw. What I'm proposing is Liverpool sell Klein and switch Milner to right back. Rotate the two so that Trent plays against a side who sit deep so that his attacking instinct can be exploited, and use Milner's experience against the top 6 sides or against teams who are more direct. I know Milner said that he wants to play in midfield, but at this point it should be made abundantly clear he's not good enough to be started for a side who are chasing the Champions League. If it becomes a problem, then he can be sold, no problem. There isn't a top 6 striker giving what he wants. Right back is a nice compromise that keeps him in the team and also develops Trent at the same time. Right back, central midfield, right wing, bench or sell. What's next for Milner? Of course, none of us have a say on his future, but it's fun to speculate. Just preferably in the comment section, eh? Make sure you follow me on Facebook for the memes, Twitter for opinions, and Google Plus just because. Till next time, take care.
It's Big Boy Scoop keeping YouTubers in the loop, and I just want to say that you're awesome. Why? Because you're watching a channel dedicated to football analysis. How will you stay awesome? Well, you gotta do two things. Subscribe and immediately click the bell afterwards so that you get a notification whenever I upload a video. Capiche?